Reacher Season 3, Episode 7, LA Story, sets up a thrilling showdown between Reacher and two of the franchise's best villains, Paulie and Quinn. While I was half expecting Harvard graduate Oscar Finley to show up once Reacher and Susan Duffy made a pit stop in Boston, seeing Teresa's concerned grandmother was a nice touch to start the episode. With Reacher's cover now fully blown at the Beck residence, Duffy and Reacher have to find a new way to not only save Teresa, but also bring Quinn to long-overdue justice. Reacher matches Duffy's zeal by working hard for the greater good in the penultimate episode of Season 3. They use outright lies to blackmail Zachary Beck's business associate Darian throughout their time in Los Angeles in order to obtain a favor from him. In what may be Reacher's lowest moral moment of any episode, he betrays his own integrity by preparing Darian for a DEA raid. By giving Beck the truth about McCabe, Neely deftly inserts herself and sets up a potentially fatal trap. But before the Season 3 finale, the penultimate episode of Reacher Season 3 is largely unimpressive. For a normally exciting action series like Reacher, this is a well-written but surprisingly quiet episode, with multiple levels of exposition and plot development occurring solely through talk. The antagonists of Season 3 once more create tension in the shadows of the show, requiring the majority of the scenes to develop through calculated dialogue in a variety of locations. After Duffy continues to playfully deny her attraction to Reacher in Episode 6, Reacher and Duffy eventually develop a romantic interest. Because their predicament isn't motivated by romance at all, she remains maybe the poorest love interest of all the Reacher seasons. The romance between Reacher and Duffy could have been eliminated completely for the season if it weren't such a fundamental component of the Reacher formula. Their private moments are neither really fascinating nor necessary. The entire endeavor would be, at best, mediocre if it weren't for the episode's deft cliffhanger. Instead of engaging visual storytelling, LA Story feels like a lot of plot explanation through language. In contrast to Season 1's penultimate episode, Reacher Said Nothing, which is among the greatest of the entire series. Perhaps the best concept of any Reacher season is the opening sequence of Season 3, which reveals a complex plan for Reacher to enter Zachary Beck's business. Additionally, it set a high standard that might have been too high given Episode 7's poor performance. It puts the entire season's weight on the shoulders of its finale, which has the potential to make or ruin the entire episode. As I reflect on Reacher Season 3 from the conclusion of its penultimate episode, I am struck by how excellent the plot of Season 1 was, and how well the ensemble actors got along in Season 2. Even though I admire the storyline of Lee Child's Persuader, I don't think the TV adaptation is quite as good as previous seasons. I'm already worn out from anticipating Reacher's confrontation with Paulie for so long. Although Paulie's character has diminished in subsequent episodes, I had anticipated there would be more for me to connect with. One significant solution to a persistent riddle was revealed in Reacher Season 3, Episode 7. Teresa is still alive. This gives Duffy's attempt to save Teresa more emotional weight, especially when combined with meeting her grandma. I hope Reacher exacts the maximum amount of retribution on Quinn given what he did to Leto Cole and how gloomy the entire season has been. The most intriguing things to watch will be how Reacher and Duffy manage to return to the Beck home after being discovered, and most importantly, whether Quinn will recall Reacher or Cole. The penultimate episode of Reacher Season 3 leaves a lot up for interpretation, which should be resolved in ways that are satisfactory in the finale next week. I have been largely satisfied with the entire season thus far. However, it doesn't seem like Reacher Season 3 would benefit much from resting on the season's low point going into the finale. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.